Hello there, Beard here.
First team, the team that finished first. I know, huge surprise, right? Now, their player, this one's kind of obvious, but the first player drafted in the 2018 Free Cities Draft.
So good afternoon, handy listeners, such as you are.
Right.
Still sounds great. It is Friday. You have just seen Amber on the Steamforge blog, and we are going to discuss her, shockingly. I am joined by Panzer and Conor. Hello, gentlemen.
Evening.
Hello.
Nice. I really like Amber, I have to say. Like, there isn't a thing on her card I don't like. Anyone want to start us off on her, even?
That's the channel Don Westerland. She's so wholesome.
She is very wholesome. Apart from the fact she's holding a harvest flail, that thing looks
Yeah,
vicious.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure. I know Dawn likes to say they're wholesome. They got some of the most violent-looking weapons in all of Guildfall.
But they don't have a
and they're playing
plowshare.
a pretty takeout-focused game. I'm not sure they're that nice people. Amber
this is the first pick of the draft. You've hopefully just heard the audio of that happening. It's probably the least surprising thing. I love I want to start on the artwork. I love this artwork purely because there are so many. They're like the little nods to the story that Sherwin wrote. The fact that she is wearing the brewer's cut, the fact she's wearing the token that Friday gave her as a good luck piece. I think that's really, really nice. And I've not seen the model apart from in some pictures, and although it looks like the picture she's got like a scythe as opposed to the harvest flail, so I might have to do a bit of converting because I do like the idea of a harvest flail on her. If you don't know what that thing is, that's what that is. It's not a ploughshare. We still don't know what those look like.
yeah,
that is a harvest flail. That's what people
use
to hit barley with.
The real question the people need to answer is this number one pick going to be a LeBron James or an Anthony Bennett?
I enjoyed that NBA reference, particularly as the Anthony Bennett is, of course, your countryman and one of the worst number one draft picks we've seen in years. 5'8" move, fast for a farmer. Feels fast.
I think so. I really don't know this guild that well.
Well, I suppose Harrow's a 5'8", Honor is a 5'7", Jack Straw is a 2'4", but
5 is probably about average.
5'8" feels about. No, Millstone's a 5'7". I think she's got a faster sprint. Yeah, most of them are 7-inch sprints. Tater's the 6'8". 2-inch reach because
5'8",
yeah, 2-inch reach, no armor, lots of health. She is a Reaper, so the 1/4 influence isn't a surprise.
Tac 5 about average for farmers.
Tac 5 about average. What a playbook. Might
be the best playbook outside of Thresher?
Yeah, there's so much momentum. There's so many momentous results. And
only two that aren't.
Yeah, Bryce, I see you.
Yeah, put down the orange highlighter.
I think that's what happened. He's just snuck on.
Why is that double dodge momentous? He's a midfielder.
Did we just have the new wider skulk moment?
Yeah, I think we did.
And the tackle. Why are these momentous results?
Somebody mute his mic until he stops exploding.
She has the same damage track as Tater. She has 2 on 1, a tackle on 2, a knockdown on 3, 3 on 4, and 4 on 5. That is the same as Tater. The only thing that Tater does that she doesn't is heal and countercharge.
No, he lost that heal.
Oh, was he lost crop? He lost cropping. So,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
I suppose he's got sweeping charge and he can do his AoE knockdown on a parting blow. But she has the same playbook as Tater.
Except her tackle is momentous.
And her tackle is also swerve shot, which I maintain should have been called chip shot, because it sounds like chip shop and there's potatoes. And come on, Vegetable gags.
It's a cool rule.
It's a cool rule. Like, this model ignores intervening models when making a kick. Sorry,
Please
goalkeepers.
note that does not include models you are engaged with.
Yes, yeah, but then, yeah. So they'll just do their crowd outs. She can eat a harvest marker to have a 3-8 kick, or with Grange, a 4-10 kick, I want to say?
Yes. That may have come up on playtesting.
That feels like a thing.
A 4-10 kick ignoring anybody in the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
About
all right.
that.
And then I think my favourite rule, just purely from a thematic thing on her card, is one of our own, 6-inch aura. If at any time a friendly non-mascot model suffers the take-out condition, she turns into a brewer. Like
Turns
all of
into
us.
a thresher.
Like, well, the thing is, as soon as the fight starts, as a proper fight starts, she gets a brewer's playbook. And given her past and the fluff around her, I think that's really cool.
That is a cool thing.
She might be the best all-rounder in Guild that isn't a captain.
I don't even think there's really a debate when it comes to the Reapers, at least. I mean, you could argue some of the planters are, but it's hard to compare because they obviously don't have anywhere near the output.
Yeah. All right. Yes, Windle does more damage. Yes, Fallow potentially does more damage, but both Windle and Fallow require setup. Either in terms of harvest marker placement, in fact, they both require harvest marker placement, and activation requirement in terms of Fallow. And yes, Bushel is a better striker, but she does whatever she wants. Like,
yeah. I mean, she can, you can take her in and pile her into a fight, and if you happen to end up with the ball, well, there's that monstrous kick stat away it goes.
Which she can kick without spending influence. Like,
which is great.
Left boot is it's like Spigot's heroic, the veteran Spigot's heroic. She can kick without spending influence, which is.
So I was actually going to make a comparison to another Spigot, in season Spigot, who plays kind of the all-rounder role in Order. But one of the big problems he has is that although he can alternate quite well between the two, in actual fact, his playbook is really bad at damage unless he has setup. So you can't reliably put 4 on him and be like, oh, he'll either get a goal or just do some damage. Whereas Amber is just so reliably going to get 8 easy with 4 influence. And could also just charge a model, tackle the ball, and take a shot. So, the flexibility is really strong. The one weakness Amber has, compared to the other Reapers, is outside of even Windle has empathy. Basically, all the other Reapers have some sort of defensive capability that contribute to a more defensive farmer's plan. So you've got countercharge, you've got close control and balls gone counterattacks, and just high defense on Bushel. And Bushel being able to use the ball while keeping it safe with I'm open. You've got empathy on Windle. You've got Fallows, all the stuff of moving and stopping people from attacking. Amber has none of that. So Amber is basically the output of Bushel and Taylor together, but without any of the defensive capability or tech, which is really interesting because all the Reapers have been very tech focused, and Amber is not. She's just really good and really solid.
She's just a big ball of stats.
Yeah, and I'm very curious because models like that either tend to be auto-include or don't see play.
And that, I think, it's really interesting because, as someone who, all three of us are, away from hobby, are fans of American sport. Be that basketball, baseball, American football. We're all spend a lot of our time, if we're not talking about hobby, talking about our respective sports teams. And the concept of a draft is very, very familiar to us as a result. And she feels like a number 1 draft pick, and I really like. She
really does.
And I know that Sherwin's a big American football fan, and I think it kind of shows. that she feels balanced. I don't think she's an OP model at all, but she feels like a model dripping in potential, but with lacking that sort of defensive experience. So it's really interesting. The professional sport themes that are evoked by this model, I think, are really cool.
It does. She does feel it. You know who it is? It's Luka Doncic. Really, really good out of the bat. Good potential, but no real defense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not terrible defense, but just doesn't really bring anything to the table.
Some niche Dallas Mavericks references for some people out there. The fact that she can be a 5-influence striker is cool, or the fact that she can sprint and kick for free for 1 influence if she has the ball is very, very cool. So the fact she can get stuck in a fight is very, very cool. Now, farmers are interesting because, in about an hour's time, you're going to have another podcast available to you where I talk to Jamie about design philosophy. And one of the things we talked about on that, if I can sort of skip ahead a little bit, is how in both iterations, both Season 3 and Season 4 farmers, their lineups seem to be relatively inflexible. In that there is a Thresher 6. And good friend of ours and friend of the show, Don Westerland, has his Thresher 6 that he plays with, and dear God, he's got it down to a T. It's terrifyingly slick to watch. Good work, Dom. And Bryce is very, very similar. He has a couple of variations in how he plays farmers, and it's going to be interesting for me to see, does she break into the team? Frankly,
I think
the only thing stopping her being an amazing model is her own teammates.
And again, I think it comes down to Thresher, because I think if you're playing Grange, she's in every lineup. I think she's an absolute must take.
Cool.
Because she gets the bonus of having the crazy long striking distance while actually still keeping your damage up. I can't, she's just so good in Grange.
So I think she's one of them.
Will Grange see play?
No. Who knows? I also think she's one of the things I think she does bring, perhaps that the team was lacking, is I think she's an incredibly reliable ball retrieval piece.
Yeah. Which Grange really lacked.
Yeah,
because Thresher's a great one.
Thresher's good at it, but that's kind of it. Yes, Honor and Jack Straw have a tackle on 1, and I think Millstone does as well, he said questioningly. But those are not traditionally models that you're putting in a position to get the ball back, apart with the exception of Jack Straw. But he's Tac 3. Honor is widely regarded as the drop from the 12.
She was. I'm not sure she is anymore, but you still don't see her much either.
You still don't see her very much. Harrow and I don't think I've seen Harrow and Honor on the pitch in Season 4.
Yeah, there. To be honest, I haven't seen most of the planters in Season 4.
It's Millstone, Plowman, Jack Straw
in rotation. Yeah. The one thing I'll say that is a lot better than in Season 3, is although there seem to be a lot of people running Thresher 6s, they are different Thresher 6s from each other.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas in Season 3, everyone was running the exact same
the bot 6. Yeah.
Whereas now you are seeing Windle, and you are seeing Bushel, and you are seeing... man, I haven't seen Fallow in Thresher, but... But you're seeing a decent assortment of the models. You're seeing... Plowmen come in over Millstone in some matchups and vice versa, and Jack Straw coming in and out. So you are seeing some changes, but in the end, I think what makes Thresher so strong, and the reason Bryce is the best Farmers player and one of the best players in all of Guild Ball, other than him just being good at the game, is that Thresher lineup he runs has so many interlocking defensive parts.
Yeah.
And as much as a lot of people, especially Americans for some reason, complained about the Tater Nurse and Tater not being good, the fact that the top 2 Farmers players in the UK both run Thresher or Tater every game makes me think they probably won't be putting Amber in that slot. But I could see her coming in situationally on the other side, but I mean, I don't think anything's making Bryce change his 6. But I do think you'll see Amber in the hands of other players, and I do think if you're playing Grange and possibly whoever they get as the new captain whenever that happens, I do think you're going to see Amber quite a bit. But I really don't think she's going to be, kicking, just complete replacing any model, because she is an all-rounder. And
I'm not sure.
Sometimes it's hard to fit those all-rounders in a lineup.
I'm going to disagree with you there, because I think this could be the final nail in Bushel's coffin. Because
Okay.
I've played a bit of Farmers, and I've quite enjoyed the football side of things. But the amount of Farmers players I have to explain Bushel to is, crazy. So it's like, well, what does she do? What does she do? And it's like, well, hang on, you've got balls gone and I'm open, going in to retrieve the ball. She's an amazing striker. Give me one of those in order. I'll take her every game.
I mean, she's a slingshot for Thresher, dodging
I
eight.
was about to say it. That's what she's used by most.
Yeah,
farmers.
she
They don't
dodges
play
Thresher
football.
8 inches.
Yeah,
And that's something Amber still can't do.
Yeah.
So I think you'll still see a lot of Bushel just basically being used to keep the ball safe as a defense 5 close control model. Bounce Thresher 8 inches forward to kill your kickoff model and kill the ball. But I agree, if you're going to play football, that Amber's probably better at it.
So we have a moment of tinfoil hat time. So if Amber is a new Reaper, does that mean the new Farmers captain will be a planter?
Not necessarily, because Honor was a planter, so they were already uneven.
Yeah, they had 13 models. So yeah, all right, yep.
So not necessarily. I'm not even sure. I kind of hope so. I don't know though. I just want Grange to be good.
I think the new captain will be a planter because there's more design space in the planter than there is in the Reaper.
The family. So yeah, if it's a Reaper, you pretty much just have to be a pure striker, right? Kind of.
Yeah, as in you pick up harvest markers and do something cool. Well, Thresher does them all anyway.
Yeah,
whereas but there's a lot more opportunities for what the harvest markers can be, and what they can do, which I don't think have been explored as much potentially as they could be yet. Well, so yeah, that would be my call.
I think it was Dan Adams who said he wanted a reaping captain that basically removed harvest markers to create buff pulses.
Okay.
Which I thought was a pretty cool idea.
That's interesting.
But it's really hard because Thresher's just so good at everything.
Yeah.
The fact that he's tack 7, can have 3-inch reach with a tackle on 2, can remove armor, and basically never takes a goal despite having a 3-8 kick.
I mean, you say, Bryce never changes his team. Why would he? He designed it.
Yes. Nerf Thresher.
Nerf Bryce. So then, the standard question at this point. What are we expecting from Amber with a full stack of influence? Anything?
8 damage?
8
Whatever
damage,
she wants.
And a pretty reliable goal threat?
Yeah. A cheeky goal? Yeah. Or 8 damage.
And what are we expecting with her with no influence?
Well, a really tilting goal that someone doesn't see coming that makes them want to flip the table.
That's the thing. With no influence, she's a 13-inch goal threat.
I don't think you ever want to put no influence on her, though. Even just the one to make that a 16-inch goal threat feels very worth it to me.
100%, but I think she really does feel like a number 1 draft pick, and kudos for Steamforge for making that say. So I think
and
that's
a number 1 draft pick, you give them the influence they need to develop.
we're gonna run this metaphor into the ground. So hopefully Amber is not Anthony Bennett, or even your boy Bargnani.
Oof.
Or definitely not Ryan Leaf.
Yeah. Although wasn't he the number 2 pick? I can't remember now.
Who, Bennett?
But yeah, Ryan Leaf.
Oh, I
can't remember though.
And on that, this has been a wonderful week as we go through the rapid fire rookie roundup. There we go. I said it correctly on the last day. we are not putting out any more of these for the foreseeable future. But that does not mean that we will not have content for you in that foreseeable future. Hopefully you'll be hearing from us very shortly. And that you've enjoyed this roundup of the models. Do go out there and have a look at the various blogs, videos and podcasts that are talking about this. Because as we have shown you, hopefully by this point over on Panzer's blog, you have seen our model reviews of Knuckles, Edge and me. But there, of course, there are Amber, there is Lane, whose models we don't have, and there will be. Do go and have a look at those models as well. Is there anything to go by what we've got in our hands? They are spectacular. And until next time, handy listeners, such as you are, I need a better outro.
Oh my God, Becky, look at his beard. It's just so beard.
Obey the beard!